Elisha Daimari, a student of B.Ed fourth semester of my college, has been selected by Nehru Yuva Kendra Shangathan, an autonomous body under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, for taking part in Viksit Bharat Youth Parliament to be held on 26 March 2025 at Assam Legislative Assembly. She speaks on One Nation, One Election. Elisha Daimari आंनि गसाइगाव B.Ed कलेजनि B.Ed fourth सेमिस्टारनि सासे फरायसुलि साननैसो सिगां बिथाङा नेहरू युवा केन्द्र संगठन मिनिस्ट्रि अफ युथ एफेयार्स आरो स्पर्ट्स भारत सरकारजों सेलेक्शन मोनदों आरो बिथाङा 26 मार्चआव जानो गोनां आसाम लेजिस्लेटिभ एसेम्ब्लियाव विकसित भारतआव बाहागो लाहैगोन बिथाङा वान नेशन वान इलेक्शन बेनि सायाव मा बुंदों बेनि सायाव माबायदि बिथाङा खेंफोरथि होदों जों दिनै बेखौ खोनासंगोन आरो बिथांनि बे खेंफोरथि होनायखौ साफ्रोमबो फरायसाफ्रा गोसो होनानै खोनासङोब्ला मिथिनो मोनगोन वान नेशन वान इलेक्शन बेनि ओंथिया मा
Khulumbai, I'm Elisha Daimari from Gosaigao B.Ed College and I'm currently studying in B.Ed fourth semester. So today I will be talking about one nation, one election. So when we say one nation, one election, people generally used to think that it is only one election for the whole countrymen. But that's not the thing. When this one nation, one election comes, it actually means multiple elections will be held, but they will be held consecutively in a day or maybe within a set period of time. So this one nation, one election, this concept was actually present before, after the post-independence period till the 1967. But due to some circumstances, due to some breakup in between the different states, this practice it discontinued. So now again our PM Narendra Modi, he has said that we will be again going to that one nation, one election again in our country. So this one nation, one election, actually it has lots of benefits for our country because right now, present case scenario in our country, when multiple elections are held, what happens is that the resources, the time, the dedication, the paramilitary forces, even the teachers, they are distributed like those resources. They are used multiple times in different sets of time. Suppose right now in our country itself, last year only, or maybe in the latest 2019 election, in the Lok Sabha election, what happened was that around 60,000 crores money was spent. And other than that, again, many state assemblies elections were also held. Plus, for that also, lots of monies were spent, lots of resources were spent. And along with that, even the teachers, they were uh, for even the teachers, they are given trainings how to conduct the elections and like how to give duties and all. For that also the teachers, what happens is that those teachers, they are being deployed, they are being sent to different places. So they, all this can bring some unnecessary chaos and like disruption in the harmony of our country. So in order to avoid this one nation one election concept, it is a very nice thing. So when this concept comes, one nation one election, holding those multiple elections in a day, what happens, those resources which were being utilized unnecessarily now can be concentrated at a specific time at one time. And plus, suppose like using 60,000 crore rupees for election itself, other than spending that much money, what about we spend just half the amount of money on those elections, and the remaining half which were used unnecessarily now can be used in different sectors. Like for our country still is a developing country, right? So for our country, in order to say that our country is a developed country, instead of still saying it as a developing country, what about we use those resources which were used unnecessarily in multiple elections now can be used for enhancing the country, for enhancing the economic of a country, for enhancing the education sector of a country, for enhancing the safety of a women, for also enhancing the youth of the country. So right now, especially for any country to be developed, the most important thing, especially our country, the most important thing is that the nation, the upcoming years and years, the country is not going to be developed in a year or a two. In coming years only, it will take years and practice and many things to make a nation develop, right? And those nations will be developed only by the youths, the upcoming generations of the youth, if they are provided with the resources for facilities such as for education, if they're provided with scholarships, if they are invested, if the healthcare are good, if the if the education part for the if the education for youth are enhanced, then if they're given the chances, then they can become many things. They can become scientists, they can become doctors, they can become engineers, they can become teachers, they can become entrepreneurs, they can become businessmen, and many more. And those youths, where do they come from? They come from women, right? Those upcoming generations of youth, they will be available only if the women of a country is safe. Also, it is said that our former Prime Minister, that is Jawaharlal Nehru, once he said that the status of a country can be known by the status of the women of a country. So, such like that, if the women are protected, if the women are safeguarded, if they are given rights, if they are given protection, then only the upcoming generations can survive. And such like that, those youths, those women, what are they? They are living beings, right? And for those living beings, they need something to survive, and they focus on what they survive on, what they survive on food. And those food, where do they come from? They come from the agricultural sector, and those agricultural sectors are handled by whom? Are handled by the farmers. So our country, especially India, is very much focused on the agricultural sector. Almost all of the people, or not all of the people, but almost the half of the population are dependent on the agricultural sector. Not many of our countrymen are businessmen, politicians, leaders, teachers, anything. They are not all those, but almost half of the population are farmers. So other than focusing on the youth and focusing on the safety of the women, we should also invest on the agricultural sector. We should also invest on the farmers, try to avoid as much farmer suicides which occurs in our country. So other than all this also, those monies that were used unnecessarily in the elections now can also be used to boost the economy of a country, to boost the growth of a country. If the economy is stable, then only the development of a country can occur. So for our country to be completely developed, we have to focus on the youths of the country, on the women of the country, on the farmers of the country, and along with that, we have to focus on the economy of a country. Thank you.